All right. Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Wadash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopefully let Icam out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has created us to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line and your lineage goes back to you being so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, one of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. At Shalom. It's your brothers from the GMS Denver camp coming back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah with another video. And we're in the last day of the Passover, man. The last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. And we're gonna wrap it up by going into by doing a sit down, man, a camp sit down. And this is gonna be inspired by a fucking well-known scoffer that came out from under his rock yesterday, and he was asking all these questions about if the Most High hates Esau, why did he bless him? And why didn't Jacob receive a blessing? And that's being said because according to the false religion of Christianity, you've been taught wrong, man. You don't have a proper understanding of the history of these scriptures and the things that the Most High has given unto certain bloodlines. You see? Yes, Esau received a blessing, but Jacob also received a greater blessing, man. And that's according to what's written in the scriptures. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. You see? Because that is the Lord breaking it down of what's going on. Go ahead, bro.
All right. The book of Luke, chapter 16, and verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
There was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen.
And purple and fine linen meaning what? You got wealth, your royalty. You see? You're blessed. You have a lot. Because if you understand what purple represented back in the ancient time, man, purple was a hard color to come by, especially that royal Tyrian purple, man. It had to be special made from these special worms that secreted that color. So only those who had a lot of wealth could attain that royal purple. Royal purple. That royal purple, man. You see, you had to have money to have that. So that's what that was a status symbol. You see, that mean you had it, you got it, you was balling. You see, you had that resources, you had that money to spend on that type of resource. You got it, bro.
And fared sumptuously every day.
He fed sumptuously. What you about to say?
You got a definition for the word
I'll
sumptuous.
do it until you pull it. Go ahead.
And the word sumptuous, it says extremely costly, rich, luxurious, or magnificent.
Just basically breaking down what I just said about the rich man. You see, to have that type of that purple or whatever, you had to have the resources to buy it, man. You see, so you had to be in a blessed position to obtain those type of things, man.
Verse 20.
That was in the definition.
All
right.
So Luke chapter 16, verse 20.
Uh-huh.
And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus.
So that rich man represents Esau. The beggar, Lazarus, that represents the Israelites. This is the condition what we're about to read now is the condition that we're suffering through right now. Now you might say, well, there are a lot of Israelites flourishing and so forth and so on. What you fail to realize is this: if the whole nation ain't eating, you see, it doesn't matter if a handful of Israelites are doing good. A handful of Israelites are millionaires. It don't matter if you got homeless Israelites on the side of the road, man. It don't matter if you got Israelites that can provide for their families. See, this is what it's all about. It's about nation, man. It ain't about individualism with the Most High. It's about our nation being built back and established as it was aforetime. So Lazarus represents the whole of Israel right now, man. Even those who have some type of wealth, because at the end of the day, you're still sick, man. You're still in the fucked up condition. You got it,
Can I
bro.
get backing up the brother's script?
You got it.
This is Revelation 17, verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication, and upon her head was the name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth,
So
which is
there it
America.
is. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, it's describing America, how it was such a great nation, and how it polluted the earth with its abominations.
So you see right there how I described the woman as being what? Scarlet, you see?
Yep,
Basically that same type of status that we're reading about the rich man. That's talking about Esau as well, man.
right,
These are all things that when you're in the spirit, you know who is speaking on. This is talking about Esau being in his blessing. Revelation 17 talking about Babylon the Great being the top nation on the earth. And that's a part of Esau's blessing. You
right.
see? To have
That's
this
why
country to be what's
I'm
up?
sorry, but that's why the IMF and the UN headquarters are in America.
Con.
IMF money, and then NATO go. I mean, not NATO. UN. They control the heathen. They control the world.
Yep. And that's a part of that blessing that we're gonna get later. So keep going on that.
All right. All right. So I'll read the top 20.
You
All
got it.
right. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table.
And this is the condition that the Israelites are in right now, man. We're at the gate of Esau, begging for crumbs, whether that be welfare, a damn job, a loan, whatever it may be, because like the curses tell us, we shall go to our enemy for the one of all things. Why? Because we'll be in a low and oppressed state. You see?
Mhm.
This is the condition that we're in as a nation, man. And that's all of Israel, because all of Israel is sick. You got it.
Right. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
And the dogs represent the heathen nations, man. Your Ishmaelites, your Moabites, your Ammonites, your Hamites. You see, they're coming licking the wounds, meaning what? They're profiting off of Israel being in that low condition, man. This is why you see in all your neighborhoods who's running your corner stores, man. More than likely Ishmael. You got the Jin Jin Chinese food in the corner, the damn $1.35 scoop. That's Moab. You see, the nail salons is Moab.
Ham got the taxis.
Ham got the taxes. You got Elam that's running your 7-Elevens.
Mhm.
Everywhere you Israelites are, you own nothing, man. It's the heathen nations that are there making profit off of your oppression, man. Being profitable and getting rich, and their family eating good off of your hard-earned money, man. You see, it's because we're in that low-down condition that we have to go to our enemy for the one of all things. You see? You
God, I got a precept.
got it.
This is Deuteronomy. Shoot. Okay. Deuteronomy 28 and 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Yep, and that's where we are at the gate of the rich man. You see, with our hand out, trying to get a crumb, begging for a small piece, a fair shake. You see that? Get the other one. We shall go to our enemy for the one of all things as well, Shabbat, since you're already in Deuteronomy 28.
It's on me.
Which one, Ak? Did you want me to
Uh,
grab?
you shall go to your enemy for the one of all things.
Like
Okay.
45, 48.
Okay, here we go. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And
So,
he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee.
so if you want water, you want food, you want clothes, you want a car, you want a place to live, you want electricity, you want heat. You see, you want a cell phone. You see, you need gas, oil for your car, wood for your house. All these things that you use on a daily basis, man. You see, to sustain yourself, you have to go to your enemy for. That's us being at the gate of the rich, man, begging for a crumb, man. You see, because what he's in his blessing right now. He's been ordained to be in this position right now. We've been ordained to be on this in this low condition right now. But what you have to understand is what the prophecies say. We're not going to be in this condition forever, man. This is only for a short amount of time that we're going to go through this. Esau is only going to rule for a small moment, and that moment is coming to an end. So let us finish this parable, and then we're going to move on to the next part. You got it, bro.
All right, kind of.
I'm going to read straight.
Yeah,
On
keep
that.
going down.
Oh,
On that Lazarus.
What you got? What you got?
no, it was Deuteronomy 28. It was like verse 43. So this is Deuteronomy 28 and 43. It says, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
There it is. You see, because when you understand how the Most High talks in the scriptures, man, it talks about being up on high, being brought down very low. He gonna raise up the horn of our salvation, which goes into power. You see, the Most High speaks like that, man. So Esau's being brought very high in his blessing, man. And it looks like he can't be touched, like he'll never be taken down. And we've been brought very low in our curse. Especially when you go back and read our history, how when we came out of Egypt, man, we had gold, man. We had substance, we had cattle, and we got into the promised land, we had land and even more riches. To come all the way from that to where we are now, that's a great fall, man. You see? And
Oh
that
yeah.
was a
I was reading through some of that where we went into Canaan and took
yeah,
that land. You gotta
yeah,
remember those there was giants in that land. And when we took their houses, there was a part where we took 60 cities, and those belonged to giants, and those Hamites were giants. And you got to figure the house was bigger than us. The Lord literally moved us into mansions. You know what I mean? When
yep,
we came out of Egypt,
yep,
He pretty much made us rich.
yep. And so to go from that to where we are now, it was a great fall for Israel, man. But that was a part of the movie that we had to play out because Esau he had to come into that blessing, man, because that's what our forefather Isaac blessed him with. The Most High was fair. Esau got a piece for a certain amount of time. He got a piece. Yeah, he was blessed. The reason they've been living it up and balling out in the earth the way they've been doing it is because that's according to prophecy, man. That's according to the blessing that the Most High gave them through Isaac. So yeah,
I
they
got a
living
quick
it up
one.
right now. But what you have to understand is it's coming to an end. Yes, that was it on that.
That was it.
Who had one?
I do.
What you got?
Shoot. Jeremiah 2 and 21. Yet I planted thee a noble vine, holy, a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
Yo, because of what? Our transgressions, man. The Most
Because of
High
our
planted us in that land and we flourished. And we just did, our people didn't want to do the right thing, man. So the Most High had to cast us out. And the curses fell on us. And now we find ourselves in this condition. So finish that parable, then we're going to move on. You got the Genesis?
Yes. 27.
Come on.
Right. So Luke chapter 16 and verse 22. And it came to pass that the beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
Mhm.
The rich man also died and was buried. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments.
Now, when it says hell right here, it doesn't mean a place under the ground that's burning, a red man with a pitchfork. No, that's not what it's talking about. Hell goes into the grave or a low condition. You see? Because what did it say about Abram? Not Abram. What did it say about the Lazarus? He died and went to what?
The angels took him into the bosom, Abraham's bosom.
That goes into what? Those promises that the Most High made. You see? We was brought into that condition that the Most High promised our forefathers He would bring their descendants into. So we was brought back up on high. And the rich man, after his blessing was over with, guess what he was bought? He was brought to hell or into that low condition. See, right now Esau is in his heaven. You see, where he can do whatever he want to do. Blessed beyond measure, man. Living it the fuck up. This is his heaven. While we're here in his heaven, this is our hell. But the roles are going to be reversed. When we come into our state of heaven, that's going to be Esau's hell or low condition, man. Because the table is about to be turned, man. The roles are about to be reversed. Like we're about to trade places. You see, and this is what the Christians don't understand because they haven't been taught the proper history of the scriptures, man. So that was it on that. We had some more on that thing.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah. And in hell he lifted up his eyes, being in torments.
Being in torment, being tormented in hell, man, because that's what they're coming into. So you see how these Edomites are living now? They living it up. They ain't have no bad days. You know what I'm saying? They got sunny days all the time. Well, shit, it's getting worse for them. It's getting worse for them because it's what? It's time for their blessing to be over. But fucking 20, 40, 50 years ago, they was on a high.
Happy days.
Happy days. Happy days are. You know what I'm saying? They were living it up, but now it's that fucking hourglass of their blessing is coming down to the last grains of sand, man. You see? And they're starting to feel it. You got homeless Edomites. You got Edomites that are being bankrupt. Oh shit. This is the rich man being bought into hell. What we're witnessing right now. The economy is collapsing, like the brother Kyle brought it at camp yesterday. The fucking banks are shutting down. They're in fucking trillions of dollars of debt. Their fucking children are strung out on fucking fentanyl and methane. Fucking what's the shit called?
Crystal
Meth,
Meth.
yeah, methane. They strung out on fucking opioids, crystal meth, fentanyl. You see, they committing suicide at a fucking astronomical rate. The Edomite's daughter is on OnlyFans, busting it open.
She out on the streets walking around, basically butt naked, man.
The Sheetamite is out here buck wild right now. Got Jake ride all down the man. Come on, man. She got chocolate ride all up in her, man. You see? And like the Apostle Paul, he loves to make this quote. You can tell the state of a nation by the condition of their women. And the Edomite woman is getting worse and worse and worse, falling after Eve punk ass, man. You see? But this is all the sign that what? This man is being well, he's coming to the end of his blessing, man. He's transitioning into that position of being in hell, while the remnant of the nation of Israel is transitioning to coming into our what? Our heaven, our peace, our rest, man. You see? It's happening. If you can, hey, if you watching, if you got the spirit to see, it's happening.
It's like when you're having a cookout, you have a nice bowl of chili, and hey, well that big pot is full of chili. Everybody's having a good time. Hey, that pot's emptying out. Guess what? The party starts dying down, man. And it's
Yep.
time to go home. Everybody's trying to lick whatever they can from the sides of that pan and get whatever's left and go home.
Yep. Hey, the party is over, man. Party's coming to an end. You got it.
I get a point real quick.
You got it.
In the brother was reading that word "hal" Hades. When you go into the definition, outline of biblical usage, it says in Luke 16:23 and Revelation 20:13, verse 13 and 14, this word, it means a very uncomfortable place. Being alive under Esau, that's why we're in hell. We're in a very uncomfortable place.
But it said, hey, the rich, the beggar died and he was carried into Abraham's bosom, but the rich man died and he was carried into what? Hell, a very uncomfortable position. And this is where you Edomites are finding yourself at now. Because like I said, your houses are being foreclosed on. You're declaring bankruptcy. You see, you're being fired from your jobs. You can't pay them fucking mortgages like you used to. You see, you got hey, your eggs is $10 a carton. You see,
Right.
so you
That bank that got shut down, right? You know who was bank running there was the rich. It wasn't the poor. It was the rich that owned businesses, and that's why they said it's going to have such an effect on the poor because these are the ones that own the businesses, and
Yep.
they were out to get their money. So they're not used to not being. They said there was one lady, she had 10 million in the account, and it just shut down. She has no ability to get to it, and it is not insured.
Told some shit up. I would have burnt that bitch down. But
That's
yeah,
right.
so now you Edomites or you're being put in an uncomfortable position, man. You see? Because now because you seeing Jake now Jake is getting better jobs than Esau. They've been put in positions of power over Esau. It's because what? It's over, man. You see? So finish that.
All right. And seeth Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame.
You see, nigga, what? He's catching hell, man. And he wants some reprieve. He wants some to ease his pain. But nah, because when we were in our hell, you didn't let up on us. You see, you didn't try to allow things to be better for us, so we're not gonna do it for you. Once we come into power, man, you're gonna suffer every ounce of what you got coming to you, man. You see, you're gonna have to drink that cup down to the dregs, just like we had to. It goes on to say what?
But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things.
Yep, when you was on top, you was in your blessing, you was living it up. And Lazarus or the Israelites was in that low condition, you see, and nobody gave a fuck about it. Nobody was complaining about the condition that we suffer through as a people, man. They don't care. You got it.
But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented.
God.
And right. And besides all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which will pass from hence to you cannot.
You see that? So it's a go fix, meaning what? We can't come into Esau's blessing and partake in his blessing. He can't come to our side and partake in our blessing, man. You see? Now you had Israelites who've gotten a lot of riches here in Babylon, but at the end of the day, it was never certain riches. Because you see, with some of these top entertainers and athletes of our people, they get up on top of what Esau do. He'll brew up a scandal for him, man. You see? To try to tarnish his name. Look at what they did to Michael Jackson. Look at what they did to Mike Tyson. Hell, even Michael Jordan. For a long time, man, Michael Jordan was squeaky clean. You see? Couldn't find none of them. Then they found out he was gambling. Then he had to try to drag his name through the mud doing that. But this is what Esau doing, and he does that to show you that you're not on his level, man. You see, no matter how many riches you have, you're just a nigga in the sight of Esau. You see? So you could never, as an Israelite, you could never cross over that great gulf to enter into Esau's blessing to partake in the fullness of what the Most High has given him. Just like Esau can't cross that gulf to come into what the fullness of the Most High has given our people. You see, because the Edomites, their family tree, they received the blessing. Us as Israelites, our family tree, we have received the blessing, and it only belongs to those blessings belongs to those families, man. The Israelite blessing and the Edomite blessing. That's it. Ain't no partaking in it, ain't no joining hand in hand. You see, everybody been on equal terms. That's not how the Most High set it up. He gave Esau and his family a blessing, which is about to expire. He gave our family a blessing, which we're about to enter into, and it's going to be forever. And that's how the Most High wanted it to be. So this is why Esau is being blessed right now. This is why he can't be touched at the moment. You see? It's because that was a part of the blessing that the Most High gave him.
Did we bring that out in
We're
Deuteronomy?
gonna get it real quick. One moment.
Oh.
So let me get this is Matthew 7:2 in the King James, and then I'm gonna read it in the Good News translation as well. It says, For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged, and with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. So in the GNT it says, For God will judge you in the same way you judge others. He will apply to you the same rules you apply to others.
Yep.
And as the brother was speaking on how Esau never let up on us, while we're in this low state, guess what? Hey, with that same measure you applied on us, guess what? It's going to be applied to you when we're putting you in those shackles and chains, man, and you're building up our kingdom.
It's gonna be double.
Double, con,
For what?
because you're going to double. Hey, man, yep, it is double.
Oh, so finish down one.
All right.
Hey,
Says,
before we start that off, can I bring this out real quick?
What is it?
This is Deuteronomy 30:7. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
Oh, and that's what's gonna happen. That's what's taking place, man. So yeah, it looked like Esau's been waiting for so long, but guess what? When you have the Holy Spirit and the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, the Most High has let you in on the secret, man. He's allowed you to see His will, and according to the Most High's will, Esau's blessing is expiring, man. This is why we see it, bro. America has never been in this fucking condition ever. This is the worst. We're entering into the worst days of America. You see, the roads are fucking failing, the bridges are collapsing. You see, all the fucking water is polluted, the air is fucking polluted, the food is fake. The
Oh yeah, did
people
you
are
see that?
these American people are the dumbest motherfuckers. They're the dumbest they've ever been in the history of America, man.
You see
You
that
see that?
post I put on the group chat where the light rail came off over there in Golden?
God, yeah, I seen that. Yup. Yup. So
And
you got all
infrastructure
these.
is falling apart here in Babylon.
So all that is showing us the signs that what this man's time of rulership is coming to an end. It ain't just here in America. I can guarantee you, wherever Esau is right now, everything that he's doing is failing, man. You see?
All the banks are collapsing right now, even
Hey.
worldwide.
All right. Finish it off.
Uh-huh.
So we finish it off. It's Book of Luke, chapter 16, and verse 26. I'll read. So I can finish.
You got it.
And beside all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence.
God. Yeah, you got no part. You got no part in this, man. We had no part in your blessing. You ain't got no part in ours. That was it.
It goes on to talk about
So that's the main point on that. So now we want to get. So now we got the parable to show you. You know, the Esau being on top, us being on the bottom, and how it switched. And that's all according to that promise that the blessings. Yeah, the blessing that the Most High gave unto Jacob and Esau. So let's get that in Genesis 27 real quick.
Genesis 27. Do you want me to start at when Jacob goes in with Jacob goes into Isaac, talks to him?
Yeah, we can do that. We can go in there. Yeah, right there.
Okay. So I'm going to start in Genesis 27, verse 18. And he came unto his father and said, My father. And he said, Here I am. Who art thou, my son? And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according as thou badest me. Arise, I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac said unto his son, How is it that thou found it so quickly, my son? And he said, Because Yahweh thy power brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near me, I pray thee, that I may feel thee, my son, whether thou be my very son Esau or not. And Jacob,
I'm gonna jump down a little bit. What verse you want now?
22.
So jump down to 26.
26.
Yeah.
So this is Genesis 27, and 26. And his father Isaac said unto him, Come near now and kiss me, my son. And he came near and kissed him, and he smelled the smell of his
Raiment.
Salaki, I can't even say that word right now.
Good.
Raiment,
Yeah.
and blessed him and said, See, the smell of my son is on the smell of See, the smell of my son is as the smell of a field, which Yahweh hath blessed. Therefore, power give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth, and plenty of corn and wine.
That goes into what? The resources of the earth, man. You see? This is what the Most High blessed our forefather Jacob with. And you might say, well, Jacob stole it from Esau because he betrayed Isaac. No, because when you go back to the origins, back to chapter 25, it tells you that the elder shall serve the younger. That's what
And
the
it
Most High
tells you
told.
that Esau despised the birthright and he just gave it up for nothing, you know?
Exactly. So a lot of things took place before this happened, man. Esau had already sold for a pot of lentils. Going all the way back before they were even born, it had already been ordained that the elder was going to serve the younger. That's a part of the blessing as well. So this is how the Most High had it play out. You see? This is how the Lord had it play out. So keep going. So the Most High blessed our forefather Jacob with the resources of the earth, man. You see? You got it.
29.
Uh-huh.
Let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brother, and let thy mother's sons bow down to thee.
Fulfilling what? The elder serving the younger. That's the part of our blessing. You Edomites are going to serve us in our kingdom. You see? Now we haven't come into the fullness of this, man. We had a taste of it during the time of King Solomon when we had 40 years of peace and all you nations were bound down to us. But no, this is meant to be forever. You see? Our kingdom is meant to be an everlasting kingdom, man. And this is where this is going to be fully fulfilled. You see? Having the resources of the earth forever and having you heathen nations bow down to us forever. But you Edomites will only do it for 1,000 years because after that, you're going to be eradicated from the earth, man. Completely uprooted and plucked out.
Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blessed thee. And it
so curses everyone that curses us, and blessed be everyone that blesses us, man. And this is why you Edomites got to go, because all you've done is curse us. That's all you've done. Put nothing but complete hell upon us, man. You see, during the time of, hey, shit, ever since we came out of Egypt, who was the first nation there to fucking torment us, man? To murder our people? The Amalekites, man, the head tribe of Esau. You see? So you had to pay for all that you've done back then, man. So the Most High is justified in eradicating Edomites from the earth.
Verse 30.
Hold on. What you want to say, Kyle?
Okay, I get a step real quick?
You got it.
Because in Genesis, when Esau was Cain, he killed his brother Abel, and this is what he said when the Lord asked him where Abel was. In verse 9, Genesis 4, verse 9, Yahweh said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper? You know, so that's how Esau feels about Jacob. You know, he'll murder you and hide your body and then lie about it. You know, but he don't love you. You know?
Keep on enough.
Verse 30. Back in Genesis 27, it reads, And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac, his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting. And he also had made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who, where is he that had taken where is he that had taken venison and brought it me, and I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him, yeah, and he shall be blessed.
I blessed him, and he shall be blessed. Isaac wasn't like, oh no, that was so wrong. No, he said he's going to be blessed. You see, the Most High is working on timelines, man. Just because Esau is living his blessing doesn't mean that Jacob doesn't have one. No, we have one, man. We just are gonna come into ours at the end of everything, man. Because ours is the last. Our kingdom is gonna be the last kingdom to be established on the earth. There's gonna be no kingdom or no nation coming into power after us. So the Most High gave the heathen all this time. You see, in these, and on this side, to have their little rulership, man. He gave the Babylonian, the Assyrian and Babylonian Empire. He allowed them to rule. The Medo-Persian Empire. He allowed them to rule. The Edomites as the Greeks, the Edomites as the Romans, and now the Edomites as the Americans. He's allowed you to rule, man. You Edomites had the biggest portion of rulership. You see, out of all the nations. So the Most High was fair. He allowed all the nations to ball out, to say, yo, we number one. All you nations got to do that. But guess what? We're the ones who are going to be able to say that forever once we come into power, man. You see? We're going to be established last, and we're going to be established forever, according to the Most High's blessing, man. So it's not that Jacob doesn't have one. We just have to wait our turn to come into that blessing. That's all it is. And this is what Christians don't understand, man. Christians don't understand the will of the Most High. They see Esau bottling out control. Esau was blessed. Jacob wasn't blessed. Jacob was blessed. You see, we don't the scriptures say that we are the blessed of Yahweh. What's that?
Oh no, go ahead.
Go ahead, Shabbat. What you at?
Second Ezra 6 and 7 says, Then answered I and said, What shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
You see that? There it is, man. That's the angel Uriel enlightening our brother Ezra on what? The will of the Most High. Letting us know that what? Yeah, Esau's in power right now. The heathen nations are ruling. But at the end of the day, Esau's the last heathen nation that's going to rule on the earth. And after Esau goes down, then the Israelites, us, we come into power. You see? That's how it works. That's how the Most High had this whole thing set up. And it told you that in the vision that Daniel had. You see? About how all the heathen nations were going to come into power. And then that stone that was cut out of the mountain without hands came and smoked the 10 toes iron pot Mari clay. And he became a great mountain in the earth. That goes into the kingdom of heaven being established once this final heathen empire falls. Hold on, let me grab this real quick. See, man. Whoo, call Allah Yahweh Shemel Shah. This is Obadiah 1 and 21. It says what? And saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be Yahweh's. So directly after Esau is judged, the Israelites are going to rule. You see? That's when we come into that blessing that we just received from our forefather Isaac. You see that? That's how the Most High set it up. So we just had to endure our punishment for this certain amount of time, which is coming to an end, and then we're about to be coming to our blessings, man.
Right.
We're about to come into our blessings, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Endure.
What's up?
But we gotta just endure.
You gotta just endure, man. Because at the end of the day, it's already been spoken. We just gotta wait for it to come to pass. And if you got faith, you'll wait on it, man. We just gotta wait. Yeah, we get annoyed and vexed in this place. Yeah, we tired of this shit. We want this place to fall, and it will in the Most High's time, man. You see, every heathen nation is already fallen. Esau is next, and then here we go. You see, the start of the kingdom of heaven, man. The everlasting rest, man, according to what the Most High has promised. Our blessing is coming.
You know,
Yeah, more.
the creation
What's up?
of America. I was gonna say, even the creation of America, it started with men sitting in a room, which they made up vain laws and shit. But in fact, you know, we're actually in the beginning of the creation of our nation right
That's
now.
right. Hey, if we be a part of that number, we the founding fathers.
Right.
We the true founding fathers, man. You know what I'm saying?
The brother has something.
Y'all had something? Cause we're gonna keep going on this Genesis.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro.
Fine. So back in Genesis chapter 27, verse 34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father.
But the thing is, this is the thing though. Esau full of shit. Because before this, what did he do? He sold the birthright. He didn't give a damn about it. He cared more about living in that moment than what would happen to his family millennia later, man. He didn't give a damn. He was selfish. He wanted to eat. I want that food now. I need it now. What good does this birthright do unto me? I'm at the point to die. And he gave it up to our forefather Jacob, man. That's a fair trade.
It's my money and I want it now.
Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 35. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety and had taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright.
He took away my birthright. Like he beat you up to take it. Give me the birthright, nigga. Give me. Say it's mine. Say it's my birthright. No, he ain't do that. All he did was he was in there whipping, cooking, and your punk ass came in begging for food. You want some of this food? Give me your birthright. Okay. You see? You get your little meal that you paid it for. You just say, buys your birthright.
He didn't even give thanks, man.
Come on, man.
And then Esau, he's a false accuser.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it says, and behold, he had taken away my blessing.
But the thing is, the blessing was never yours anyway, because if it was, it would have stayed with you. But according to the Most High's will, it was never meant for you to have. You see? That's why the Most High said before Esau and Jacob was even born, the elder shall serve the younger. Because it was always ordained for our forefather Jacob to receive the birthright, man. You see?
Hey, and what's his name? Juanito. He was coming in that spirit of Esau. You know, like Esau right here, he's saying that he stole the blessing when he know Jacob just it was a deal was made, you know. But like same thing with Juanito. He was coming in when he first ran up on us yesterday. What was he saying? He was like, you guys tried to jump me. You guys, and he knows damn well we didn't try to jump him, you know? So he's coming in that bullshit lying spirit like Esau.
And the thing is, the Most High is over all, man. This is the thing. The Most High is over all. So if the Most High felt like Esau was done wrong in some type of way, he wouldn't upheld our forefather Jacob having the blessing. He would just gave it to Esau. But guess what? He didn't, because it was never meant for Esau to have. The Most High is the one that's controlling this, man. What our forefather Jacob did was not wrong in the sight of the Most High. That's why the Most High is going to uphold it. And when you go into the prophecies about what the Most High said about the Israelites, he's talking about the blessings in our kingdom and us being the blessed of the Lord, his chosen people. You see? What you think? You think Jacob supplanted the Most High? He fooled the Most High into believing that, you know, The birthright was
Right.
always his. No, man. He's our forefather Jacob is moving in the spirit that the Most High put upon him, man. He's doing exactly what the Most High needs him to do to fulfill those prophecies of us coming into that promise, that blessing. You see that those thoughts of peace that the Most High has towards us, man.
Yep.
Our
And,
forefather Jacob did nothing wrong in the sight of the Most High. He did exactly what he was supposed to do, according to the will of the Almighty God Yahweh, man.
Really, Yahweh put the spirit on his mother. You know, Rebecca. She was the one who was like, "I'll take the rap." You know,
Yeah.
just
well,
Jacob,
that's
Jacob didn't want to be. He didn't want to be deceptive at first, but then his mother talked him to it.
in Genesis 25. You read that she actually went to the prophets. Because she had all that trouble in her womb, and that's when the prophet prophesied that you would have two nations, and she knew that the Lord had favor on Jacob more than Esau.
Because the prophet told her that what? The elder shall serve the younger.
Right.
So finish that off, bro.
So going back into Genesis 27,
In the 36.
in the finishing off 36, it says, he said, and now he had taken away my blessing, and he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brothers have I given to him for servants.
Ooh-wee.
And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
And that fucking punk ass victim mentality, man. Acting like he was the victim when you were in the wrong. You got it.
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. By the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
So Esau received the blessing of having all the resources, but he also received the blessing of getting those resources by way of the sword, and that's exactly what he's done. Everything that the Edomites have in this earth, they got it by way of rape, robbery, and murder, man. They got nothing by any righteous means whatsoever. Somebody gets Sirach chapter 10, verse 8, real quick, Bible Kishar. These Edomites have gotten everything by their sword, and that was according to their blessing, man. But the Most High put them in the trip bag, and that shows you how much the Most High really hates the Edomites, man. Because what does the prophecy say about those who live by the sword? They shall die by the sword. So that shows you that the Most High was never with you Edomites, man. He's hated you. Your blessing is your curse. Your blessing of the sword is your curse. Somebody get that Sirach 10? You got to go ahead.
All right, the book of Ecclesiasticus, otherwise known as Sirach, in the Apocrypha, chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
And this is what we see happening. You Edomites have led by the sword. Once again, you got everything by wicked and treacherous means. Now the kingdom is being translated from you to us. You see? Yep. That's what's taking place right now. You're being taken out of power, and it's time for a righteous kingdom to be established in the earth. What'd you say, Kyle?
And they know it. That's why they keep calling it a wealth transfer. A wealth transfer is taking place from Esau and is going to Jacob. But in their corrupt minds, they think that it's going to go to them. What did it say that they think that their houses will continue forever?
Yep. But guess
Mhm.
what? It was never ordained to be that way
Yeah.
because the Most High put an expiration date on Esau's kingdom, just like he did every other heathen nation before it. You see, you Edomites are not exempt. Your ass going down just like the rest of the heathen before you, man. And we're coming into power. So
The call got one. I
uh
got one.
okay, one moment. Let me see. Let the brother read one more verse, and then we're gonna go. We'll come to you. You call. Read that last verse 41.
Genesis 27 and 41.
Uh-huh.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
And that's the spirit you've been in ever since, man. You see, and the thing is that spirit right here is about to turn up here in these last days with Esau knowing that he had but a short time. What you got, you call?
This is Hebrews 12, verse 15. Nobody read that. Looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of power, lest any root of bitterness bringing up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled. Verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. And there's one more. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected, for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears.
So Esau doesn't have a place to repent, man. He has no way to come back to the Most High because guess what? The Most High was never dealing with Esau. And it's the same with the heathen nations, man. The Most High ain't dealing with you. The Most High is dealing with the Israelites. We're the only nation that has a door of repentance through our Lord Yahweh Shai. Nobody else has that. And that's a part of our blessing. Shit. Yahweh Shai is our blessing, man. You see?
Yep.
Because through him is how we're going to enter into what? That everlasting rest. So, you got something, bro?
Kind
What you got?
I have the book of Lamentation,
What?
chapter 4, and verse 22. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
Mm-hmm.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Break it down.
All right. So we're at the end of our punishment for our iniquity. You know what I'm saying? For us going off from our power. We got put into slavery, man, underneath these cave beasts, the Edomites.
Mm-hmm.
And so now the tide is turning, man. The Lord he's reversing the roles, man. We're getting ready to inherit our eternal kingdom, all right, through Yahweh Shem Shai. And Esau is going to be punished for all the shit that he did unto the Israelites.
That's right. Y'all brothers holding over there?
I got one real quick one.
Got it.
This is Psalms 17 and 13, and this is just our King David speaking on Esau the wicked, and also more proof and justification of that Esau is the wicked and the sword is his blessing. Psalm 17 and 13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So Esau's that's his blessing. He's going to try and use that blessing on us to kill us. You know, the brother was bringing it out, Revelation 12:12, bringing out that he knows he has a short time. He's going to come with great wrath. And that's our prayer, man, like King David, that Yahweh delivers us from the sword, which is the wicked, you know, Esau, Edom.
So, as I said in the beginning of the video, it's not that Jacob didn't receive a blessing. It's just that all the heathen nations had to come into their little portion of ruling on the earth. You see, and that includes Esau. We just read that Esau received a blessing from my forefather Isaac as well. So he had to come into that and get the fullness of it. And now it's time for that blessing to expire. It's not that Jacob didn't receive one. We're just going to come into ours in due time. You see, that's all it is. Because the Most High tells us about the blessings of Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 14. We have to come into all that. And also all these prophecies that the Most High has spoken about bringing us into our kingdom. bring us into complete righteousness, immortality. You see, abundance beyond anything that we can imagine or hope for. You see, just rest. That was meant for us to come into when it's all said. When the heathens ruling on earth is all said and done. Then we will come into ours. Like I said, it's not that we didn't receive one. We just haven't come into it fully yet, man. That's all it is. We had a little portion of time of ruling up under King Solomon for 40 years. That was just to give us a taste, and it was a prelude to what was going to really happen up under our Lord Yahweh Shah. You see? But we do have a blessing coming, man. And don't let nobody tell you otherwise. We don't give a hey, to hell with these non-believers. Look, man, to hell with them, man. If they don't believe in what the Most High has given unto our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, let their ass be burned up or however the Most High is going to judge them. And Lord willing, we be a part of that remnant to enter in on the first go round, man. You see, to get what we're hoping for in faith. What we know is coming, according to what the Most High has spoken, man. You see? Who hold it?
I got some.
What you got?
Getting to the blessing of being an Israelite and serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai, condemning these devils is a blessing.
Yep.
It says Isaiah 54, verse 17, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, say Yahweh. Right? And then I got one more. Romans 9:13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
Keep
So
reading
that's
on
what,
that.
huh?
Keep reading on that. That's
All right.
perfect.
Verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh?
Hold on. You got to go before that one you read before, where the children they're doing no good or evil.
11.
Get that part.
All right, Romans 9, verse 11. For the sons being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai according to election might stand.
So
Not
that's what it was from the beginning, man. It was according to the Most High's election. The Most High chose Esau to receive his temporary blessing, and he chose Jacob to receive an everlasting blessing, man. And as we go on in this Romans 9, we're gonna get a little bit more off of that. It tells you, is there fault with the Most High? Is the Most High wrong for doing that? Because that's what the Christians are saying. I remember when I was first coming into the truth, and I was like first learning about what happened between Esau and Jacob. And like one night, like late night, you leave the TV on, that fucking televangelist shit come on, and you got fucking Joel Osteen acting like Jacob wronged Esau. When we just read in Romans 9 that it was according to the Most High, according to what he chose, how it was supposed to be. So these Christians are trying to demonize Jacob, Christian Edomites, that is, trying to demonize Jacob and stealing the birthright, when that was not the case. It fell into place and played out like the Most High wanted it to. You see? And it tells you right there in the scriptures. Go ahead, bro.
it says that the purpose of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai according to election might stand.
According to election. According to election. Baba Salaki, bro. Can you put that word election for me, Baba Kishar? Because that's what it's all about, man. And that cuts the bullshit of free will. Because people are trying to break out of that, trying to break out of the notion that they have no control over their life. So when they say free will, they the master of their destiny. No, the fuck you're not. Your whole life has been determined by the Most High from the jump. Every reincarnation that you've ever come back in, your whole shit been laid out. That flat tire that you caught 5 years ago on the way to the Grand Canyon, and that hot ass desert heat, that was the Lord, man. You see that?
If you have free will, you'd be able to have control of when you die.
Exactly. If you got free will, stop yourself from dying. You can't do it.
Getting sick.
Stop getting sick
Hey,
if you got free will.
if you had free will, everything would go always according
Wait.
to the way you plan it, you know. But
Oh,
no,
cause
it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, whatever his plan is, that's what's gonna happen. It ain't gonna be your plans. That's why sometimes our plans get disappointed. You know what I mean?
and you know that free
Right.
will bullshit. That free will bullshit is what? That's you proclaiming yourself to be a god, man. That you're in control. You're not a god. You're not in control. You don't rule nothing. You don't have no say so on what happens. You can't stop a traffic jam. If you got free will, stop yourself from getting caught in traffic. You see? You can't do none of that, man. Because you're not the most high. My bad, Carl. You got it.
It's all good, brother. I went into that word, and for elect, it says, so long it changed on me. It's
You say you got free will, you basically saying you in control. No, nigga, you're not.
eklageg. But when you go into the root word,
Strong's G 1586. Eklegomai.
ekleglamai, it says,
Eklego.
Lego.
it says the Israelites.
It says
That's
what?
what it says. The Israelites.
The Israelites are the elected, are the chosen. According to
Right.
what? According to the purpose of the Most High, man.
Right. Now
It
it
said,
goes finer. It says to pick out, to choose, or choose one out of many. But the main point it says right there, i.e., in other words, the Israelites.
wow. Wow.
Can I get a quick set, bro?
Go ahead. We'll grab this precept right here, call y'all, then we'll come back to you to finish that Romans 9, okay?
So just based off what we're talking on right now, this is Ephesians 2 and verse 8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of the Most High power, not of works, lest any man should boast.
Wow. He was about to say the same thing in Romans. Break it down.
So that's the thing, man. Hey, this is a gift that we have been given, man. It has nothing to do with whatever you think you're doing, man. You know, you have been chosen before the earth was even created to be born into the seed line of election, man. It was already. Go ahead, brother.
That's what that word election goes into. When you read the definitions of that word election, it says a path of the foundation which the elect will choose. That's the choice we were given, and the Lord gave us the wisdom through the Holy Spirit to choose the path. You know what I mean? While everybody else is walking past the path, they're walking past the path. We heard the word, and we're those sheep that it says they hear the master's word. You know,
It's like a video game. Like if you go back to Nintendo and you play Super Mario Brothers, there's only one path to you get to that little flag and to enter into the castle. You take any other route or you fall, you die. There's no other course you could take.
That was on that, right?
Cut.
All right, so let's keep reading on that Romans 9, Kyle. Okay, that goes right into what we're going into.
God, I'm gonna get this definition and I'll go right into it. For the definition for the word election, there it says in A of the act of Yahweh's free will by which before the foundation of the world he decreed his blessing to certain persons.
So that backs up the point I made earlier. When you say you have free will, you're basically trying to say that you're in control, that you're God. But the only one who truly has free will is who? The Almighty.
Oh yeah.
Nobody else has. Even Yahweh Shah doesn't have free will.
No.
The only one who has free will is the supreme being Yahweh, man, because he's above all. Hence why he has the nickname or title of being what? The Almighty. You see? But keep going to
That's
that
why
Romans 9. So
woe
what?
unto them forth with his maker.
Yep.
Romans 9 verse 11. According to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth.
Ephesians 2.
It was said unto her, the elders shall serve the younger. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated.
So
And
what's taking? Go ahead.
I just wanted to make the point of 13 that's the mentality that's going to switch on the earth. Right now, they think the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American Indian are cursed and forgotten about, forsaken, because we're the bottom of the barrel. We're filled the prisons. We're the homeless. But then the Lord's going to show his love for his elect and turn that hatred towards Esau.
And to show that he always loved us, even though he put us in this condition. The reason we're here in this condition is because the Most High is chastising us as his children. This ain't even really hate what we're going through right now. It's actually love. You see? Because we're being chastised as sons.
It was the so-called white man that told the world that we were hated by the Most High.
Yep.
Like their religions, like Mormon, they got in the Book of Mormon that being a dark-skinned man is a curse.
Curse, yep. We got it. Let's keep going.
Verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yahweh forbid.
So my point I was about to make. So the thing is, you Edomites have been ordained and created from the beginning to be the people that the Most High hates. When the Most High was constructing everything how he wanted it to be, he gave Yahweh Shah a blueprint. And on that blueprint, it was, these are the people I hate. These spirits here, I hate these people. And it was like that from the beginning. Now, who can say anything about that, man? If we are all the Most High's creation, he can do with us whatsoever he pleases to do.
Looking at that right now. Romans 9:21 through 23.
He about to read it.
Yeah,
he reading it now. But that's how it was. So the Most High gave Yahweh Shah a blueprint. The first blueprint he gave him was, hey, these are my beloved spirits. These are the Israelites, my sons right here. I love these people no matter what. You see? Yahweh Shah created the Israelites first. We were the first nation created in the heavens. You see?
Right.
And then the Most High made you punk ass Edomites, and he's the nation, or you're the nation that the Most High is going to pour his wrath upon, because what? He hates you. And that's what you were chosen to be. I know it might be hard to fucking swallow, bro, because if I was an Edomite, bro, it should be a hard pill to swallow, bro. To know that your whole existence, like your whole everything, your whole being was set up for you to be hated by the creator of the heavens and the earth, bro. That shit is heavy. That's like, bro, that's heavy.
Yep.
To that, like, you were created just to be fucking hated and destroyed eventually. I understand your anger and your fear that you have when you come to the camp. When we tell you this, and when you walk to the camp, Jesus loves us. Like old boy yesterday. Jesus Christ came for everybody. No. The one you ignorantly called Jesus Christ, whose true name is Yahweh, he only came for the beloved spirits, the remnant of those beloved spirits, man.
They should be taking it up with their elites, man, with their higher ups, man, for fucking having them as slaves.
I know, right? Fucked you over, man. Go ahead,
All
Kayo.
people fucked you over.
Go ahead, Kayo. Grimy.
Yep.
Esau grimy, man. Because we ain't gonna do Israel like that, man. Yahweh Shah didn't even do the 2/3 like that. Because eventually, 2/3 gonna be bought into the blessing as well. They're not gonna have the great portion that the elect is gonna have, but they're gonna have a big portion. It's still gonna be better off than any heathen, you see, that's gonna be on the earth, man. All of Israel is gonna ball out eventually, but you gotta understand, those who partake in that first dominion, it's gonna be a whole different type of level, man. You see? But all of Israel is gonna ball out and be safe and secure and righteous in our kingdom. We ain't gonna do them like you fucking Edomites did your people. Got your people working fucking 9 to 5s, bullshit ass fucking. Got Edomites out there fucking grabbing carts at the Walmart. Nigga, what is going on? That's only for the heathen to do. Not your people, man. Come on, man.
Mhm.
You see? You got it, bro.
Verse 15. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai that showeth mercy. So that shows you that this is a mercy that we have this knowledge, this truth.
And that
It
shows you
says,
that the Most High says what he gonna have mercy on whom he gonna have mercy. He gonna have compassion on whom he gonna have compassion is because that shows that what he is the only one that has free will to do whatever he want to do. You see, that's what that shows, man. He had the free will to choose who was gonna be in what lot.
oh, what is that? Isaiah 14:1. Let me grab that real quick. It tells you who he had favor on. Isaiah
Oh,
14:1. For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, because they are also Jacob. Right? So mercy is only for Israel. Salvation is only for Israel, and it starts with the elect. It says in verse 17, for the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even you this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
That's what's
Therefore,
happening now.
yep.
Just like ancient, ancient, just like ancient Egypt and Pharaoh was risen up to be a superpower in this time. It's the same thing that's happening with Esau, man. This is what you have to understand. So when you come and say, why did the Most High bless Esau? It's because what? The Most High wanted Esau to be built up so fucking great and grand. So when he finally takes his punk ass down, it's gonna be the fucking heaviest thing the world has ever seen, man. The fall of
Right.
ancient Egypt is not gonna compare to what the Most High is about to do to Esau's beast power system, man. This shit is about to fall, and everybody who's thinking, "Oh, this could never happen," not in a million years. You got the one guy. Let me tell you why America's not gonna fall for the next 500 years. This is what these dudes remember that shit. He said that. Let me tell you why America's not gonna fall for the next 500 years, and that's the mindset of everyone, man. But what you fail to take into consideration is what the will of the Most High, and that the only reason America's been built up the way it's been built up is so the Most High can cast it down to make His name known in the earth. Because just like when we came out of Egypt, we went into what Jericho, and what did Rahab said? We heard what your God did to the Egyptians on the other side of Jordan. So before we even got to Jericho, the Most High's name was ringing bells.
That news has gone forward
Already. Who spread that news? Who was going, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's about to happen here in this last time, man. The name of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah is about to be magnified in the earth by bringing the Israelites into that blessing that He's promised us, man. You see, and for us to be brought into that blessing, what has to happen? The great fall of the last heathen empire. You see? That's what has to happen, man. You got it, y'all. I think it's like a few more on that.
Yeah. It says in verse 18, therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will he hardeneth.
Mm-hmm.
And that word hardeneth, I just looked it up, and it says to render what does it say? To render pretty much rebellious.
Oh shit. So he created.
Stubborn, obstinate. That's it. Go ahead, brother. You were gonna say something?
Yeah, he created Esau to be the ultimate rebel, man.
Mm-hmm.
To do nothing that the Most High says to do.
Yep. I looked up that word obstinate. Obstinate. It says refusing, stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion or chosen course of action despite attempts to persuade one to do so.
Or even though the prophets are telling you that what you're doing is wrong, you need to repent and stop your wickedness. You're gonna keep going on the wickedness.
Yep. Because his
So,
heart's been hardened. Right?
And even if he tries to stop, he can't.
He can't stop. Can't stop. Won't stop. Go
Like a
ahead, bro.
vampire that tries to quit drinking blood, bro.
No, he
You know?
can't do it, bro. It's a part of it. It's a part of him, bro. He got to do it. He got to be wicked. He got to be, bro.
Can a leopard change his spots?
It says what? Are you? Can you do good who is accustomed to do evil? You see that? You say what? Even in the land of uprightness, he still will not learn righteousness.
Right.
Come on, man. He's been programmed to be this. So it's got to get to a point where we can't even be too mad about it, bro. Well, hey, that's Esau. That's what he was made to do. Now it's gonna vex us like a motherfucker. Cause we tired of seeing it. And we're ready for his ass to go down, man. And it's coming.
Like that song, Seems Like I Gotta Do Wrong by the Whispers.
Go ahead, bro. You got it, Clay. We're gonna read
there's a
down
movie.
to verse 23.
All right, combo. There's a movie with Danny Glover, and I believe it's Strive. But there's a part where his family is being held by a so-called white supremacist couple, and the female tells him that she asked him, "Do you believe in God?" And she goes, "Of course you do, because you're the colored. The colored always believe in God." And just like you said, the Edomite, they're programmed to be wicked, but the Israelites always programmed to believe in God. And even the two-third, they have a tainted faith. They still have a form of it, but it's not according to righteousness.
I was about to say they have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. You see? They're in that spirit to worship a God, but they haven't been led in the right direction to worship the God we're supposed to worship as Israelites.
Right.
You see? That's why they're so heavy into idols and all this other shit that Jake is into. They know that deep down inside them, they're supposed to be worshiping a God, but they haven't been given that guidance, or they don't want it to come and serve our God, man. You see, the God of the Bible, the God of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to a few a little bit earlier today, bro, and Jake is going fucking idol crazy, bro. I'm talking about they got idols out there the size of toddlers, fucking big ass, colorful, fucking idols, bro.
3 foot, 80-pound idols.
Shits are huge. I'm talking about, and they everywhere. Paintings of idols, fucking 3D statues of idols, bro. It's every fucking where, man. But that shows that Jake has a zeal to worship something, but they don't know what because they've been blinded. You know? You got it, bro.
Verse 19, thou wilt say then unto me, why doth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? Nay, but, O man, who art thou that replieth against Yahweh? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Hath not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and unto another, and another unto dishonor? What if Yahweh, willing to show his wrath through Yahushai and to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy which he had afore prepared unto glory.
And that's what's happening. You see that? The Most High has been long suffering with these vessels of wrath fitted to destruction, which are you Edomites. He's allowed you to come into your blessing. 1492, you stole the land by way of genocide. Committing great genocide against the Northern Kingdom. You built this land up off the back of free slave labor for centuries. You see, on the backs of the so-called blacks and West Indians and Haitians. You did that, and the Most High allowed you to do it because what? He was giving you a blessing. He was allowing you to come into it, and you got it by way of the sword. You got it by wicked means. He was long suffering and allowing you to do that, and you erected this place of wickedness and Satanism. You see, doing all type of debaucherous and abominable acts in this land, and you spread it all throughout the earth. The Most High has allowed you to do all this, man. You see, so you can be built up to this great height, just to be cast down when it's all said and done. And we're gonna come into that glory that the Most High has promised us, man, because that's the vessels that we are. You see, the vessels of mercy, and that's what Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is having on us, man, to allow us to come back into this understanding of who we truly are. You see? Did I say something?
No, I appreciate it.
What you do? That was it, Kyle?
I got two more verses real quick. Verse 26, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall ye be called the sons of the living power. Esau, which is Isaiah, also crieth concerning Israel. Though the number of the sons of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. Starting with that 11.
That was it, bro?
Yep.
What you holding on, Monster?
I got the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, starting verse 7. It says, the Lord Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord Yahweh's, and he hath set the world upon them.
And giving it to who? The Israelites for a possession, man. You see? That's what we're coming into. So yeah, Esau had his blessing for a short amount of time. And that time is damn near the end. And after this place, and after Esau is snatched out of power, then we are going to come into our blessing, man. You see? Y'all brother say anything else? You have something?
One more.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You must be allowed to read this. It says, verse 9, he will keep the feet of his saints, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness. For by strength shall no man prevail.
There it is. The feet of the saints, beginning with the remnant, are going to be kept firm, standing boldly for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and the wicked, you're about to be cast into outer darkness, man. You see? You're about to be cast into that low condition of hell. That was it.
I want to point on what he read too was it just said right there that he lifts the poor out of the dust, which he's going to give us the wealth, but we first got to put on the righteousness, you know?
Right.
And that's why we got to first start with the mind first, and then the Lord will increase us. What did he say? Seek ye his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these other things will be added unto us.
That's right. That's right. So y'all brothers had anything else?
No, brother.
So I think the point has been made, man. So yeah, Esau, this is the reason why Esau has a blessing. It's because that was given to him by the Most High. But guess what? We have a greater blessing coming, man. You see, but people don't take heed of that because they just see us as niggas, man. They see us nothing more than this. We can never come into these things that the Most High has promised. But you're sadly mistaken, man. We're definitely going to come into it as the Most High has spoken. We just got to wait for it. You see? And so with that, man, Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect of Israel. With that one, we give all praise, all honor, all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekah, Quadash. A double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching us this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopefully I came out there, pushing his word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai has created us to do. And with that, we're going to say Shalom, Swab, Abba, Babal.
Abba, Abba.
Wow.